Hi guys, so welcome back to another video. I decided to do a voiceover for this look, and I actually did film myself doing my eyebrows because this gets requested a lot now. And I sort of changed the routine, but I'm using the same dipbrow pomade in dark brown that I always use. And I always start by underlining, but what I do now is I put some brush strokes like going up in the front, and I kind of just do like a flicking motion, and then I'm lightly filling it in more just because I kind of want a little bit more of a natural look. I used to do them super harsh before, but I've noticed that it looks a lot better when my eyebrows aren't as harsh. And then you guys just see me filling it in with a little bit of powder. You can even use eyeshadow for this method. And I'm mixing the LA Girl Pro and the NYX HD concealer because I like the lightness of the LA Girl Pro conceal, but the thickness of the NYX one. And then I underline my brows. And of course, I am priming with the NYX Jumbo Pencil in Milk. I try and build up the layers so you guys can see me slowly patting it in and making sure that it's all an even layer. So we're going to start off with the transition shades, and I'm using the really light blue shade from the Bretman Rock wet palette, and honestly this almost looks white, but I swear to you that it is a really just pale blue. And then we're going in for the transition for the purple, Lolita by NYX, and this is a really nice eyeshadow. It's just that you can't really see it that well on camera, but I promise it's there. And then we're going, of course, with my trusty Take Me Back to Brazil palette. And I'm taking the light pink shades and I'm using that on the outer part of the eye. It's okay if you kind of end up dragging it on the outer part past the eyebrow, just because this is more of like a really like blown out like smoky eye. And I love this JCat Beauty single eyeshadow. I've actually used it for several looks and it does have a bit of shimmer to it, but I honestly don't really mind it. It's super pretty and it's really bright. And it's honestly very inexpensive. I think it was only a few dollars. And I didn't show that I used this from the BH Cosmetics palette, but I used that purple for the center. And then we're going in with the darkest pink shade and then patting that in the inner portion. And then I do blend out all of these shades together, so pack on more if you need more pigment. So now we're going into lower lash line and I'm using the NYX Shadow in Electroshock. This is one of my favorite blue eyeshadows. I highly recommend, and it's only like a few dollars. I think it's around $4 for the NYX palettes. The NYX eyeshadows, sorry. And now we're using the other Bretman Rock and Colourpop collab, and we're using the yellow shade for this. And I'm just patting this so I can get a lot of pigment. So for the brow bone, I'm using the Soft Glam palette, of course, like I always do. I feel like I use this really shimmery yellow shade really often. And then here for the hollow part, I did get this holographic craft paper from my friend, and I think she either got it from Michael's or Joanne's, but what I'm doing is I'm using these eyebrow scissors and I'm cutting the pieces that I want. And honestly, I'm kind of just like estimating kind of what I want the shape to be, but you can kind of cut random shapes and start gluing them to your lid. And I recommend using this Ardell Duo Lash Glue, and do not use the tubes that are white, use the clear tubes. I recommend the clear tubes mainly because they're a lot stickier and the craft paper will not fall off at all. It's actually kind of difficult to take this off, but you guys can see there that I did both the eyes. It took some time. I didn't want to show that because it took so long. So to finish off the look, I did outline it with the NYX liner and smudger in white, and you kind of want to be careful and use a really small brush for this, just so you can get a really precise application. And then afterwards, I did the other eye, and right now I'm applying mascara and curling my lashes, but it doesn't really matter because I love putting on like these huge lashes, the Koko lashes in Stella. And this is pretty much the look. I know that I'm including a lot of clips of the way it looks, but I wanted to show you guys how this craft paper looks. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.